when you mention Tanzania, the first thing that most people think about is like amazing beaches, great safaris, and from my experience, that is all true. But when you're thinking about Tanzania, you don't normally think about healthcare. Let me be honest, guys, Tanzania is my favorite place for holidays. I love the country. It's absolutely amazing. If you haven't visited, please do so. But for today, we're just thinking about healthcare. So when you're thinking about healthcare in Tanzania, we know that there's lots of issues. So there's been a lot of research done by international organizations that recognizes that Tanzania, has a lot of financial constraints. As a result, there's lots of issues around maternal health, around child health, around HIV, malaria. Tanzanian population also has some of the lowest rates of access to personal health in the world. And so there's a lot of issues there, guys. But the good news is that, Tanzania is making massive progress, especially around universal health. And that is, having an impact on people's lives. I would encourage anyone, as I said, if you're an academic and you want to do research, come to Tanzania and do some research, especially around healthcare, because you can have a positive impact on people's lives. And that is a really good thing. So, before you come to Tanzania, though, there's always, some things that you should know. And what I want to do today is to give you those key insights from my own experience of doing international research in Tanzania. Let's do it. Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of Leading Health. Thank you always for connecting, engaging, and exploring. As you know, we're making videos every single week. Do subscribe. So today, guys, I'm going to be giving you some insights into how to do effective research in Tanzania. These insights have come from my own personal experience, and so I hope you're going to find them really, really useful. So the first point is about limited research infrastructure. So Tanzania faces a lot of issues around sort of infrastructure, and that's something that you have to be aware of. And so, you need to plan before you actually come to Tanzania to do your research. You need to make sure that you have a local institution to actually help you navigate all of the challenges that you're going to be facing. I think it's a really good idea to try and collaborate with locals because if you've never been to Tanzania before, it's really important to have someone on the ground that understands how things work and can actually give you that good quality insight. When I did my international research in Tanzania, I collaborated with lots of different healthcare institutions. There was one in particular, they were absolutely amazing. I even recruited some of their staff to be research assistants, and they were all really, really great as well. So it helps with the logistics and it helps to actually make the process a little bit more efficient for yourself. And you'll thank me after you finish because the burden of doing research in Tanzania is slightly lifted. The second point is about language. So English is the official language in Tanzania, but there's lots of different languages that are spoken, including Swahili, so and other sort of local languages as well. So language can be a barrier to like communication and also collecting your data. This is, the case, especially in rural areas, and so it's really important for you to have a local helping you to like navigate this and to overcome some of those sort of language barriers. As you know, I recruited local research assistants, and that was really, really helpful because I can't speak Swahili. I understand a little bit of it, but not much. And so having locals that can sort of interpret what's going on, give you some insights into the vibe, the culture, that's going to help reduce the burden. And it also helps to improve your research experience, which I think is really, really important as well. The third point, guys, is about the bureaucratic processes and delays. Trust me, if you're a researcher and you're coming to Tanzania, there's going to be lots of bureaucratic processes. And so you have to plan in advance to try and avoid some of the sort of disruptions, especially to your timeline. Um, from my experience, Tanzania is one of the most bureaucratic places for doing research. I have to be honest. I was absolutely sort of confused by the amount of bureaucracy. Luckily, I had, lots of local organizations helping me. But if I didn't, it would have been even worse than it was. Not to say it was that bad, but compared to all the other countries, Tanzania was definitely the worst. I had to postpone my flight out of Tanzania 3 times because of all the bureaucratic delays. Also, people agreeing to help us do the research, and then right at the last minute, you just pull out, no excuses, no reasons, just we can't do it anymore. And I'm like, what is going on? So guys, get ready. The fourth point that you need to take into consideration is the sort of culture and understanding the diverse ethnic minority groups and the cultural practices and beliefs within Tanzania. So if you're a researcher, you need to be sensitive to all the local customs and norms. That's why I think it's really important to have a local, embedded within your research team. They can help you to like build trust. They can help you to obtain all of the informal consents. They can help you to be, respectful to how things are done in the local jurisdictions. And I think that's good practice for any researcher who is doing international research. If you're coming to Africa, I think it's really important to understand all of those norms. And that's going to help make your work a little bit more streamlined and a little bit better, I think. And, it's something that I experienced firsthand during my own research. So, guys, the final point is about accessing remote areas. Tanzania is massive, is diverse. There's lots of different places and there's lots of hard to reach areas. So if you're doing research outside of the main cities, you need to think about the geography. You need to think about how you're getting from A to B. Also, you need to think about, how you're going to get all the logistics together to get you from place to place safely. Tanzania is an amazing place. After you do your research, go for holiday somewhere. My favorite is Zanzibar. I totally love it. So if you want to, after you've done your research, take a little break, go to Zanzibar, enjoy the beaches, enjoy the amazing food. And I'm sure when you're on your flight out of Tanzania, you'll appreciate the whole experience much more. So, guys, those are the 5 things you need to take into consideration if you want to do good quality research inside Tanzania. As you know, I'm really actively looking for people that want to do research in Africa. So if you want to do research in Tanzania, just reach out. I'm willing to assist anyone. We can talk about your research and I can give you some more detailed insights into my experience and also help you as a researcher, as an academic, to put your research together. Tanzania is an amazing place. It's a good place to do research. It's needed. And so do get involved. Guys, thank you as always for watching this video. Thank you for interconnecting. Let's stay in touch. See you next time.